time for the 10-minute burst of innovation. Thank you so much for being here with me today on this Monday, I suppose. I feel like I'm having a hard time keeping track of the days. But today, and what I want to start this week off with and moving forward is innovation is survival. So I hinted at this on the call last week, actually. And in fact, let me take my glasses so you can see and I want to go even deeper into this. So last week I was telling how someone that was interviewing me actually asked me, they said, hey, I want to have this conversation about your book, but I want to preface it with kind of where we are now. And I want to talk about the fact that a lot of us are in hunker down mode, right? Like, how am I supposed to innovate when we're just trying to survive? And my response back to them was innovation is survival. And you know, when he asked me that, and when I answered, the whole thing actually clicked for me because I realized, wow, that is so incredibly true. Now is not the time to hunker down and just get your job done. And I think what we're seeing time and time again with a lot of us is this desire to like double down, work harder, right? Send more emails, do more conference calls, do more of the same. Totally get it. It's actually very natural for us to feel like that. And in fact, I like to equate it like being in a riptide. Has anyone ever been stuck in a riptide? Oh, increase the volume. Yes, I can. Hold on one second. Thank you. It's because my new thing is over here and I'm over here. Hold on. Sorry. New tech. Darn tech. Okay, hold on. Let me turn it up. Is that better? Can you hear me better now? Hopefully that's better. I just turned it up. Sorry, new technology, figuring it all out. Okay. Hopefully that's a lot better for you. And if it's not, please, please, please let me know. That's better. Okay, thank you. Okay, so as I was saying, where was I? Riptide. So life is, I think, especially right now, I think we're caught in this massive riptide. And what that really means is that, like, I don't know if anyone's experienced this, but you get kind of like pulled out to sea. Oh, my volume is not high. Okay, I'm making as high as I possibly can. If that doesn't work, I'll try a different approach. And here's what happens when you get stuck in a riptide, right? Your inclination is to double down. And what I mean by that is swim harder, right? Like our inclination is to stroke faster and pedal faster. You can tell I don't swim. I'm probably not using the right language, but you get the point. In reality, when you're stuck in a riptide, what you actually need to do is swim sideways, right? You need to actually innovate. You need to think differently and not do the things that you think are going to be the right things to do. So what we want to do is get out of this riptide and we want to innovate. And here's what I'm seeing. People and teams, companies who are starting that process of innovation now, who recognize that now's the time to adapt, they're the ones that are going to come out stronger on the other side. They're the ones that are going to win. So what I want us to do is think about how to innovate in times of change, how to innovate when things are frankly different. I want to start by giving you a couple examples. Then I want to show you something about your brain and how it works so that you can overcome it. Brain tends to play tricks on us. And then I want to give you 2 questions and 2 small exercises to do to help you get to that place of innovation, to help you get from kind of survival mode to innovation mode. Although, as I said, right now they're absolutely interlinked. So let me share some examples. I wrote these down. I've been writing them down as I see them, because I think they're such powerful examples. And this isn't just, by the way, examples of companies that do clever branding, right? That's all great, and I'm glad that they're doing that. But I wanted to give you examples of people and teams that are innovating in very meaningful ways. So 2 internal and 2 external. So let me give you the internal first. So I have a colleague who has a challenge, who's always had this challenge. And that challenge is that there's a couple people on her team who she really needs to connect with, but she can't seem to get there, right? Like there's a lot of politicking that's happening. There's a lot of peacocking in the office. She recognized that now that they're all from home, this actually provides her with an incredible opportunity to connect with these people one-on-one without all that junk that keeps getting in the way in the office. So she's been setting up these one-on-one Zoom calls with these colleagues to get to know them better. She saw the opportunity in the challenge, right? She saw the situation and she thought differently about it. Now she said she's connected with them in a way she never has before, because actually being in the office was a big obstacle. And this work from home mandate that we're all on has actually provided her with an incredible opportunity that she didn't have before. Now, as I'm going through these, here's what I do want you to do. I want you to think about challenges that have become opportunities. I want you to think differently about everything that's happening and how to drive that into opportunities, okay? So that's the first one, is this colleague. The second one is, her name is Jill, actually. She's this team leader. And she's always wanted to go after this new market, this new customer, but they haven't had the time. They haven't had the time because they've been so successful, right? Because they're busy running the ship or keeping it moving forward. But now, as things came to maybe not a halt, but slowed down drastically for them, she realized that this was an opportunity to push to the future. You know what? I'm just this off so that you guys, I start my video again. All right, that's better for volume. Horrible for video, but better for volume. So let's do that. Okay. She realized that now that they have the time and that business has come to, like I said, not so much a halt, but actually has slowed down quite a bit. She realized that this is the time to go after this new market. So what does she do? She gets her team. She talks to them about innovation, and then she builds a task force with her team, the same team she's already working with, not separate. You know, I don't like to silo innovation, but she creates this incredible task force, and guess what they're doing 20% of their time? They're figuring out this new market because they know when they come back from this, right, when things level out, and I don't want to say go back to normal because I think we're in a new normal here, but when that happens, right, her team is going to be well poised to go after the new market. So those are two internal examples. Let me give you two external. There's a team of people who realize that everything going on with restaurants, suddenly they're in the to-go business. So they are creating an app that helps restaurants manage inventory in a different way. Apparently it's very different when you're dealing with to-go than kind of regular restaurant churn, right? And how to manage the hours that takes. They saw this as an opportunity to innovate, to serve a new need that came up that wasn't there before. The last one I want to share just happened to me this morning. I got this great email from a clothing company that I buy from, and it said, "Tops up outfits," which I thought was brilliant, right? It's all like outfits that are driven from here up because this is all that we're seeing of each other. And as you can tell, I'm running out. But I loved it because to me, that was a meaningful innovation. That wasn't just, hey, discounts on suits. In fact, I got that email too of 50% off spring suits. Well, I'm not going out, so I don't know what I need a full suit for, but tops up I do need. Do you see how they turned challenges into innovation? And the question I have for all of us on this is, where in your world can you turn challenges into innovation? Innovation is survival. And in fact, it's thriving on the other side. Now, I want to show you something very quickly because our brain doesn't play tricks on us, and I want to share this with you. I'm going to go a little bit over today, by the way, because I know I had some tech issues. And thank you for putting up with that. Okay, can you see my screen? If you can't, please let me know. Because clearly today is not my day for technology. Okay, I'm hoping you can see my screen. If you can't, please let me know. There's three things in our brain that are playing a little bit of tricks on us that are primitive. They're not going to go away. They're in our brains. They're there to keep us safe and comfortable. The first one is on the right, and that's what I call the brick wall, and it's the reticular activating system. And thank you, Peter, for letting me know. The reticular activating system it's the RAS. Its job is to block out things that don't agree with you, don't match with your world, don't match with the experience you've already had, right? It wants alignment between the outside and inside world. The challenge is when we need to innovate, right? We need to open up that brick wall and let new ideas and new thinking in. But the brick wall is there going, nope, not letting in anything new. Nope, not letting in anything unique. Not letting anything in that doesn't match our current view. Then on the top there, that squiggly line, that's something called myelin in your brain. Think of that as like fatty tissue around the wiring that you've created. I like to think of it as it creates a superhighway in your brain so you can be super efficient. So you've laid tracks, right? You've had experience, you have knowledge. The myelin makes you super efficient, right? Like makes your brain go into shortcut mode every time you do it. So it makes it very easy for you to do what you've already done. But we got to leap off the tracks we've created to create new ones. And the third one, my favorite, is Bernard.
Bernard is your lizard brain who is there to keep you safe and comfortable and warm and fuzzy and hiding in the cave. Bernard is there to like be that chatter. Do you know that chatter in your voice? It's like, no, you can't. Don't do it. You're not worthy. Stay safe. Abort, abort, right? That's Bernard. I call mine Bernard. I encourage you to name yours. It gives you an opportunity to talk to him, because the reality is you can't get rid of Bernard, but you can acknowledge him and push him aside. So we've got the brick wall, we've got super efficient wiring in our brain, and we've got Bernard. And by the way, this is what your team is dealing with too, right? So when you're going to them and saying, guys, we got to innovate, we got to think differently, this is a new world that we're in, they're dealing with the brick wall, the myelin, and their Bernard as well. So what I want to do is give you 2 questions and 2 actions to take to help you get over Bernard so that you can get to that space of innovation all the time, because that is what's needed right now. And let me just say, you're not going to get rid of any of these 3, and that's okay, right? They're primitive, they're hardwired into us, but we can navigate them. We can work around them, and we can actually use them to our advantage. It's why it drives me crazy when people tell you to be fearless, because the reality is fear is hardwired into us. The question is not how to be fearless. You'll expend a lot of energy for nothing. The question is, how do we push through fear? All right, I'm going to share these. I want you in the comments. I want you to write down things that you're thinking of that you can do to either turn obstacles into opportunities, innovate, right? Or ways to just get over these 3 things that are holding us back for you and your team. This doesn't have to be about just you, because you know I like to give away things, so keep that. Okay, let me give you the 2 questions first. These are my favorite questions to ask myself when I find myself just trying to double down in that riptide. The first question is, what else could be true? So when I'm over there going, oh, sales are down, nothing's good, we just have to hunker down, we've just got to stay the course, I like to stop. And I like to ask myself, well, what else could be true? Well, maybe it's true that my clients have new needs that I can serve. Maybe it's true that this is a time to work on this other part of the business that I've been ignoring, even though it's the future for me. Maybe this is the time that I can actually think through some of the technical difficulties we've been having to move forward, right? There are ways to push past what else could be true. Right? You don't even have to believe it out of the gate, by the way. You just have to get there over time. And asking yourself that question opens up the brick wall, pushes Bernard aside, lays new tracks. The second question is, what does this situation allow us to do that we couldn't do before? I'm just going to tell you personally, we have a ton of virtual tools. We've got our IQE assessment. We've got this I'm sitting on a gold mine of incredible online tools, but I've not had the time to do them because I've been off keynoting, right? I've been off at conferences. And as you all know, any meeting of any kind has come to a screeching halt. So I'm not doing that right now. So instead, I'm over going, wait a minute, I have an opportunity to work on all this other stuff. This is allowing me to do that. And there's a trick in that language, by the way. What does this allow us to do? That word allow opens up your brain to think of new possibilities, okay? So what does this allow us to do that we couldn't do before? I have taken a lot of online classes lately because why? This is allowing me to improve my skills because I have the time. And then I'm going to bring that back to my work when the floodgates open back up again. So those are the 2 questions. What else could be true? And what does this allow us to do that we couldn't do before? Now, here's the 2 exercises. And then I want to go to the comments because there's some great stuff happening over here. One is so basic, breathe. Here's what I've discovered. I'm not breathing. I'm like all the time when I'm cooking dinner, when I'm cleaning, when I'm working, like I'm so stressed out, this underlying stress that I'm not breathing. When you get into that mode of hunker down, take 3 breaths. Research shows it just takes 3 breaths for us to actually open up our brains, push that lizard aside, expand that brick wall. 3 breaths. And then the last thing I want you to do is name and talk to your lizard brain. I know that sounds crazy, but that is my lizard brain. That's actually a drawing that an artist gave for me. And he sits on my shoulder and he's there. I can't get rid of him. But man, having him actually as a thing I can talk to and have a conversation with helps me manage him in an unbelievable way. So I want you to think about those 2 questions and those 2 activities, right? At least commit to 1 question and 1 activity today. Now I want to go to the chat bar because you guys are putting in some great stuff. So Ilana just put in, hopefully I'm saying your name right. Time to learn new skill. Oh wait, this could be an opportunity to rethink how things are done. Oh my gosh, absolutely, yes, right? This could be an opportunity for us to go, wait a minute, how else can we serve our customers? And here's the thing I'm discovering. Our customers, whoever they are in your world, they have new problems to solve now with all this, right? And maybe you can be the one to solve them. They have new needs that they did not have before. How can you approach those needs? The relationship that you can build with them is totally different than ever before. Well, I got to read some of these because these are so good. Time to learn new skills, Bijal. Yes. Oh, and hey, good to see you. Yes, absolutely. Online learning is essential. I was saying it earlier. We can provide our customers with complete logistics information. Yes, instead of indicating orders, right? Oh my gosh, that is, Carolyn, keep in touch because that is huge what you're saying. Like it's a whole new approach for how you do your work. Time to catch up on project requirements. Yes, Kirby, right? Like all that stuff that we wish we'd get to, but we never have time. Exactly. Connie, hey Connie, time for market stress relief in a box. These are so good, everyone. Okay. Carolyn, email me. I'm going to give you a free copy of my book, Innovation is Everybody's Business. It's the total right time for this. Is all about unlocking the innovation in you, just like you did. I think that how specific and I think what potentially break through your idea there is really important. So just email me separately and I'll get that to you. So you're welcome. But thank you for bringing that up. But do you see just in our 15-minute conversation, I know I'm way over, but I didn't want to miss any of this, how just asking ourselves a couple different questions and maybe doing a couple different exercises can get us out of that hunker down survival mode and into innovation is survival mode. There's a link to the book in the chat bar, as well as to take the assessment to discover your unique style of innovation. I encourage you to take it. But what's really important for us here to close out on is the fact that look at all this brilliance that you just had right here in 15 minutes. And all we did was open up the possibilities, just a hint of it, like the tip of the iceberg. That tells me that if you spent a little bit more time with yourself and your team, that innovation is absolutely possible. And Kirby, to your point about it's tough when people feel like they're focused, right? But we got to open up that lens of focus. It's the riptide. And I'm going to tell you right now that doubling down on that riptide does not get us where we need to be. I got stuck in a riptide once when I was 12. It's a whole story. But I will tell you this, swimming harder does not help. You've got to move. We've got to innovate and think sideways. And I promise you that for those of you who are like, but I've got a big list of things to do, if you took a moment, just a moment, and said, which of these things do I really have to do? Which of these things are really a priority for my team? A bunch of that stuff will fall away. All right. Thank you for joining me. I apologize for going so far over, but I appreciate you all being here and for all your feedback. I will, Carolyn, get that email from you. Thank you. Thank you. I will see you Wednesday where I'm going to give you an exercise to do, some questions asked to go from information and data to insights and value. And the reason for that is in today's world, particularly right now, we are overwhelmed with data, aren't we? We are overwhelmed with information. The ones who add value are the ones that pull out the insights. That's what we're going to do on Wednesday. All right. Share with friends. Let's get them. I mean, there's more and more people here every time. I'm so excited. Thank you. I will see you next time. Thanks, Jen. You have a good day too. Good to see you. Not that awkward. I always hate this moment. It feels so awkward.